All right, what's going on today, everybody? Today I'm going to show you guys how I set up my sessions from start to finish, including routing, where I put everything, labeling, how to create the folders, all that good stuff. We're not going to go over plugins, just how to set it all up. All right, so let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing that we're going to want to know is where everything's going to be going. And in order to figure where everything is going to go, we're going to need to go to our in and outs. All right, you're going to see your outputs, you're going to see your inputs. Make sure everything is where it needs to be. Whatever interface that you have, you should see it. I am using a universal audio Apollo Twin right now. Plus I also have my virtual buses and all that type of stuff. So you should most of the time just be plug and play. So you shouldn't have to worry too much about this. We'll get right to the buses. So what we're going to need here is a whole bunch of different buses. So as you see, we have different name buses for pretty much everything. I already have everything pretty much named out. But if you want to add these buses, if you come and you don't have any of this, what you're going to do is you're going to add new path. And then so for your buses, what we're going to do is, to keep it simple, we're going to change them to stereo, auto create subpaths, and we're going to go ahead and name it. So if this is going to be for your lead vocals, you're going to lead vocal bus. All right, this is going to be for your buses where your audio tracks will be routed to. Here's what we'll do. I'll just kind of show you all the buses that I would create. So, bam, there's our lead vocal bus. Here's our backing bus. Stereo all this real quick. All right, so pretty much this is going to be majority of the buses that I would have. I would do something similar to this. This is a real good kind of start point in my opinion. I already have all these, so I would click create auto and make sure you auto create subpaths as well, and then hit create. In this case, I already have all this, so I'm just going to click cancel, but you would click create. It will create all of these for you. All right, nextly, we're going to go into creating our tracks. So there's multiple ways to do this. You can come up here, click track, click new, or you can click Control Shift N, and then it'll pull up new tracks. All right, so firstly, we're just going to do our verse track first. We're going to go just section by section here. Okay, we're going to have audio track samples. We're going to create 4 of these. Verse. Matter of fact, here's how we're going to do this. We're going to do 2 verses, verse, ad libs, verse, in slash out. All right, so we'll have something like this, right? Bam. So we'll create it. Now you have your verse 1, verse 2, verse ad-libs, verse in and out. So this will be your tracks for your verse right here, right? And so then what I would do from right here is right click on like where it says verse right here. You're gonna see move to, click new folder. We're gonna click verse and then enter. So now all of that is gonna be placed into our verse folder. We'll make that purple, and now you can open and close it. Boom, bam, bong. Oh, you know the one bus that I did forget about is your beat bus. Make sure you also have a beat bus, and then I'll show you how to route. I totally forgot about that part, my fault. All right, so next, what we're gonna do is add our next tracks, which we'll just go ahead and add our beat tracks, which this will be stereo. Beat, audio track, stereo 1, perfect. All right, so we're gonna take that out. We're gonna put the beat in its own. All right, so next, we're gonna do our hook. 1 for our hook lead, 2 for our hook dubs, and then hook ad-libs. So now, we have all these. We're gonna right click, new folder, hook, vocals. Now we have all these into our hook vocal, which we will then put in its own. Me personally, I really try to stay organized with everything. Makes it just so much easier to find stuff later on. So that's why, as you see, I'm naming everything, color coordinating everything, just so this way it makes it so much easier to just kind of get things done later. So now we have our hook, we have our verse, we're in our folders. All right, there we go. So now all of our things are here and ready to go. Now next, I'm gonna create our auxiliaries, and then we'll get there. Back to new track. These are gonna be stereo. We're gonna switch this from audio to aux input, and then what we're gonna do here is do our lead vocal bus, lead vocal bus, stereo, aux, backing, vocal bus, stereo, ad-lib, bus, stereo. So this is pretty much what you're gonna do all the way through. This is what you would do to start creating your buses. And then once you create it, it's going to create all the different tracks here. Oh, well, I guess I am doing a new session, so I will just go ahead and do this. Delay bus. I'm going to use my PC bus. PC means parallel compression. And again, make sure everything's on aux. Oh, crap. I'm going to have to rename it all. That's so dumb. I hate that. All right. And then our submaster. Bus. Yeah, I think I have everything I need. If I don't, I'll just come back. So we're gonna go ahead and create everything. Gonna go ahead and create all of that for you. So now here's what we're gonna do with these. First thing that we're gonna do, we'll go ahead and put all of these in just their own folder. And you can do this differently however you want. If you want to make like an auxiliary for just your hook, make the auxiliary for the hook and then just place it in the hook vocals. You know, same for your verse. If you just want to make a specific one for just the hook, specific one just for the verse, feel free. It's however you want to do it. I'm just gonna do it this way. So aux. So now all of our aux are in a folder. All right, so now we have everything set pretty much where we need it to be now. So now what we're gonna do is start routing everything where it needs to go. Okay, so firstly, what we're gonna do is, you see these two buttons here. You have no input and then output 1, 2. So what we're gonna wanna do is, this is where we're gonna be routing, right? So this top one is your input. So what we're gonna do for this one specifically is our lead vocal bus. We're gonna go to bus. We're gonna click vocal bus, because these are the buses I already made. So your lead vocal bus or vocal bus, whatever you named it. So this one is going to be sent out to my vocal submix, or wait, excuse me. This is supposed to be vocal submix. This is supposed to go to my vocal bus. It doesn't matter, honestly. This is just how I'm used to it because this is how I named it originally, but that's where that's gonna go. This and this as well. There's also a way, so if you're on Windows, I don't really remember what the Mac one is, but if you're on Windows, if you hit Alt and Shift, you can change whatever you highlight at the same time, but these have to actually go to their own buses, so we're not gonna do that. But yes, that is a way to do that. Backing bus, ad-lib bus. So reverb. So for your reverb delay parallel compression bus is going to be reverb bus, input, delay, input. Of course, supposed to be parallel compression. Let me rename that, PC. So now you have those all sent, and then you can highlight these. I'll show you what that's for in a minute. These are all gonna go to your FX bus. So bam, as you see, it just did both of those at once. So that was sent to your FX bus. We're gonna go from top to bottom. Let's go top to bottom. Pretty much all of these auxiliaries here, from here to here, these are gonna all be going to your vocal bus, right? Because these are all submixes. So we're gonna send all these to our vocal bus here. This ad-lib bus. So your input is where these are gonna be going. So your audio tracks are gonna input into these auxiliaries here. Bam, those were all sent. I'm gonna just color everything differently. Yellow. The beat bus, I'll put with the beat. All right, all Vox. We're gonna go to all Vox. Vocal bus. We're gonna send this to. We'll do all Vox here. And then this will be sent to our submaster, which our submaster will then be sent to our master. All right, so just to kind of bring this over and show you guys. That's what we needed, new track. Also make sure that you create you a master fader as well. You're gonna need that. And this will be here. This is where everything will be sent to finally, right? So here's our submaster. We will make that nice blue. All vocal bus. Bam, everything is now sent down here to where it needs to be. Except for this. FX bus and vocal bus. Bam, now all of our auxiliaries are sent where they need to be. We're gonna come back up now, close this. We're gonna go to our verse. So these ins here are gonna be where your microphones are, but in this case, if you wanna record there, you can go ahead and do that. Me personally, what I like to do is create a recording track. I know. And then just use this record track to do all of my recordings here. And then I'll have just this set up for this and this only. And then I'll just drag everything down as I go. So if I like record something here, it's not set on this specific mic, then I'll just drag it down from there. And then that's just kind of how I'll go. So yeah, that's how I'll do that. So you can kind of leave this how it is. All right, going to our verse. So these are two leads are gonna go to where? Our vocal submix. Our ad-libs are going to go to our ad-lib bus. Our verse in and outs are going to go to our backing bus, or your in and out bus, whatever you want to call it. And then that's it for that. Go to our hook, same deal. Our hook only got one lead, so we're going to put our hook lead to our vocal sub mix, our hook dubs to our backing bus, our ad-libs to our ad-lib bus. And then from there, everything is now pretty much routed because we already did all the auxiliary routing. So everything is now routed there. Everything is now routed to where you need it to be. Personally, this is how I would set up my session. This is how I would route everything. It's not too difficult. That wasn't too hard, you know. And then our beat, we want to make sure our beat is sent to our beat bus. Beat bus. Beat. Output is going to be sent to the sub master. And there you go. And that'll take care of all of that. So pretty much, yeah. So if we want to go from top to bottom now, you know, we have our beat, we have our hook vocals, easy peasy. We have our verse vocals, everything routed, nice and sweet, nice and smooth. Then we go down to our auxiliaries, and now we have all of our auxes routed where we need them to be. We have our different effects that are all routed to here, to our FX bus. And then we have, you know, our lead bus, which is, everything is routed to where it needs to be now, pretty much. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick before we end this video, why these are sent like this. So what you would do is, in this case, for like your reverb, delays, FX, all that type of stuff, what you would be doing to use it. So like for your lead vocal submix, you're gonna wanna come to your sends, and then you're gonna be finding it here. So like my reverb, my delay, and my parallel compression. Oh, there it is. And then these are your sends. So these are your like side effects that you're gonna want to have full control over. And these are your volume levers to see how much volume you have on those effects. And this is just a better way to control the volume. And you're gonna wanna put this on your submix vocal bus or whatever. Like, don't put it directly on the vocal. I would suggest putting it elsewhere. So, but that's why we do that. So then that way these are now being sent into here and then outputting the sound of what it's, you know, what the effect is doing to the FX bus, which is then coming out. So it's just, it gives you a lot more control over your volume, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you set up and route. It was really not too hard at this point. It's now just setting up your plugins, which we didn't go over today. We will do that in a whole different video. But I hope this helped, man, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And until next time, peace.